On Osrc News at 7, Ondo State Governor Ayedatiwa reassures residents of more democratic dividends. Ahead Ondo APC primary, national officers embark on membership validation. FG vows clamp down on Trilog traders. And from the foreign scene, Southeast Asia experiences scorching temperature amid intense heat wave. Good evening, thanks for joining us on the news at 7. I am Sahid Aribisala. The Ondo State Governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, has assured residents of Akure and its environs of more dividends of democracy. The governor, while on a tour to Akure South local government, solicited their votes on Saturday's shadow election. Governor's correspondent, Zimo Idemi, covered the event as the report was presented from our studios.
It was a carnival-like event in Akure, the Ondo State capital, as members of All Progressives Congress in Akure South local government area gave a rousing welcome to the state governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa. The first port of call by the governor and his team was Deji's Palace, where traditional rulers in the council area received the governor. Ayedatiwa appealed to the traditional rulers that his administration would continue to do the needful by creating an enabling environment for them to strive. He said his government would emplace an inclusive government where everyone would be given sense of belonging.
Few months that I assumed the office as governor of Ondo State, they have seen all that I've been able to do within a short period. And they have come to a conclusion in their deliberation that I should continue as the governor of Ondo State.
The Deji of Akure, Oba Aladetoyibo Aladelusi, urged Governor Ayedatiwa not to relent on his effort in the development of Akure and the state at large. The governor and his team that left for the Democracy Park, where a mammoth crowd had been waiting. The governor, who solicited their votes, promised not to let them down. Some APC leaders and party members gave reasons they are supporting Governor Ayedatiwa.
When you look at what he has done in the last 100 days, particularly in Ondo State, you will agree with me that God really shows him to move this state forward.
People are saying, look, this man have done so well. This is our government. This is the man we want. A man with intelligence, a man with character. And let us give him our vote so that he can continue with the good work.
Ayedatiwa has been doing fantastically well. And I believe if something is good, you sustain it.
As the All Progressives Congress APC gears up for Saturday's governorship primary, several political groups and individuals have thrown their weight behind Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa with massive mobilization of support and endorsements. These support and endorsements enjoyed by the governor, individuals from the political class say, are pointers to the approval given to his administration by endorsed state people. In this report, Joy Pius x-rays the record of Governor Aiyedatiwa's achievements, his personal quality of confidence, and quantity of his support base. We report.
This is an indication of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa's acceptability across the state. Some stalwarts of APC attributed the clear goals poised for inclusiveness and purposeful governance from the helmsman factor. This is an indication of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa's acceptability across the state. Some stalwarts of APC attributed the clear goals poised for inclusiveness and purposeful governance from the helmsman factor.
We apologize for that glitch. We'll bring you that report in the course of the bulletin. Moving on, the people of Eseodo and Irele local government areas of Ondo State have reaffirmed confidence in Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. Residents of the council area, led by the Kalasui of Apoi Land, Oba Sunday Amusea, and the Odobo of Omi, Oba Olorunshola Akinyelure, pledged their support and solidarity for him. The people, including APC faithful, said the governor is impressed with his quality leadership, which is promoting overall development of the state. Government House correspondent Wahab Ankole completes the story.
The Igbekebo Secretariat of Eseodo local government area of Ondo State was the venue as Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa and his team visited the council area in continuation of the tour of council areas ahead of the APC shadow election. The Kalasui of Apoi Land, Oba Sunday Amusea, and other traditional rulers in the council area were on ground to receive Governor Aiyedatiwa. The governor appreciated the royal fathers and the people for the confidence reposed in him and prayers. Aiyedatiwa, who reeled off efforts of his administration to better the state, sought more support, especially ahead of the party's shadow election.
Thank you for the support given not only to this very government, but to me personally regarding my continuance in government as the governor of Ondo State.
The Kalasui of Apoi, Oba Sunday Amusea, commended the governor for living up to expectations and promoting good governance. The monarch and his colleagues, who further endorsed the governor ahead of the APC governorship primary, also listed some challenges facing people of the area.
We have determined, we've resolved to welcome you, accept you, pray for you.
Governor Aiyedatiwa also addressed members of the APC and thanked them for identifying with him.
I don't want you to be deprived of your choice. I have gone ahead to pay for all of you your membership dues up to date so that you can come out on Saturday and vote for me.
The Odogbo of Omi, Oba Olorunshola Akinyelure, and other monarchs welcomed Governor Aiyedatiwa to Irele local government area, where he renewed his commitment to develop the state. The Odogbo of Omi, Oba Akinyelure, who applauded the governor for keeping his promises, prayed for his success at the shadow election. Governor Aiyedatiwa, while addressing party faithful at the Methodist Primary School, Irele, stressed the need for unity of purpose and commitment among party members as the primary election hosts this weekend. According to the governor, a vote for him is a vote for sustainable development. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
We're due to take a break on the news at 7. After, we'll bring you stories, particularly the inflation of prices of goods and commodity that is attracting the attention of the federal government. This is of these and more after this break. Please stay.
Your flight will be ready shortly.
Thank you. Breakfast in Paris. Lunch in London. This could be you. And there's more. Hey, Mai, tell them more.
Of course. Now this is what I call a win. And this could be you too in the Globe Festival of Joy promo.
By recharging 50,000 Naira or more within a month, you could be among our 100 winners who will win business class tickets from Lagos to Paris to London. If you recharge 100,000 Naira or more in a month, you could be one of the many winners of a premium bungalow in Nigeria. The more you recharge, the more your chances to win.
How was your flight?
Delicious.
Glow Unlimited.
Thank you for rejoining us on the news. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV. Still staying with politics, national officials of the All Progressives Congress have embarked on membership validation ahead Saturday's primary election in Ondo State. The officials, according to Osrc reporter Omoro Lambiji, who arrived at Akure, the Ondo State capital on Tuesday, have departed for their respective local governments ahead Saturday's primaries. The report.
Towards choosing a suitable candidate that would represent the ruling All Progressives Congress party in the Ondo State governorship election slated for November, a direct primary was adopted to achieve that aim. To this end, the national team has arrived at Akure from Abuja to supervise the validation of eligible voters in Saturday's primaries. The 54 officials, alongside a 7-man panel team, were at the party secretariat where they were briefed on their responsibilities before moving to their respective local governments. 3.5 hours. Who are those going to Akoko Northwest? Mr. Rabiu Bichi is the chairman 2024 Governorship Delegate Congress Committee. He spoke on the process and the expectations from the validation exercise.
To elect 5 delegates per ward. We started yesterday, and as you have seen now, we have dispatched all the local government coordinators to go to their various wards and ensure they conduct a transparent, fair, and fair election. So after the elections, they will now report back to us as the main committee, who will now collate all the results and then forward it to the National Working Committee. Normally, the APC now adopt the direct election. Direct primaries, whereby all party members who are financial members of the party will now queue behind their candidate of choice and elect him as their candidate for the gubernatorial election that is coming up in November. Now, after the election by the members of the financial members of the party, these 5 delegates will now validate or will affirm that election. So this is the process that we have started today.
Secretary to the Delegates Congress Committee, Alphonsus Eba, said meetings were held with all the 16 aspirants on the arrival of the officials into the state to ensure that the exercise is conducted without hitch.
We started this exercise yesterday by holding meetings with the state APC working executive committee in the state. We met with the entire committee members, which is made of 54 members, 3 by each local government, and our main team. And then we had the stakeholders meeting with all the 16 aspirants yesterday, duly represented by most of their supporters or reliable and trusted people. And so it went into the night, and we all agreed to adjourn to continue 8:30 this morning. Since 8:30 we've been here. I've been dispatching the team to the various local governments. So far we have done substantial dispatch of the supervisors who are going to in turn work with our party officials in the state to make sure that we have a hitch-free exercise.
He said it was important to ensure a free, fair, and transparent exercise. The primaries would be held in all the 2 and 3 wards across the 3 senatorial districts of Ondo State. Omoriola Mbiji, Osrc News.
Away from politics now to health matters, the Orange Health Insurance Scheme in Ondo State is set to commence its monitoring mission of the healthcare facilities by providers for effective delivery. Director General of Ondo State Contributory Health Commission, Dr. Abiodun Oyeneyi, gave the hint while informing the stakeholders in the Orange Health Insurance Scheme of some activities of the agency and the current pace of the project. Omori Language has more.
To ensure effective service delivery of the health insurance policy of Ondo State, oranges to the state's public servants, the State Contributory Health Commission embarked on periodic meetings with stakeholders to guarantee their accountability infused into the program. The Director General, Ondo State Contributory Health Commission, Dr. Abiodun Oyeneyi, confirmed that the health insurance program has covered 5.3% of its program since inception in December 2022. According to him, all the health providers of the scheme are being paid to date, assuring the beneficiaries of more quality delivery.
But I'm glad to inform you that as we are talking today, the coverage of health insurance in Ondo State have moved to 5.3%. And we are not resting on our oars. We will ensure that we deliver the dividends and also ensure that those in the informal sector, retirees, organized private sector are also brought on board.
Reacting, Labour leaders, including State Chairman, Nigerian Labour Congress, Victor Amoko, pointed out some shortcomings, especially at some government health facilities, and called for improvements.
If people are patronizing private hospitals and our own hospitals, one of us grow the bed, how do we reason about that? 90% of the problem we are having is on government facilities.
Head of Service, Bayo Phillips, represented by a permanent secretary, Ayodele Francis, commended the agency for a remarkable job and encouraged those who are yet to key into the program to register to begin enjoying the dividends of democracy.
So I know that the Commission has been trying in terms of information, mobilization. So, but there is also need for us to double our efforts.
Leadership in the state health sector acknowledged the service of health insurance scheme, assuring them and beneficiaries of better quality service delivery.
We need the support of everybody, especially that of the Office of the Head of Service, to take appropriate action against erring officers. We assure you that the system will move forward.
I want to let us know that this achievable milestone, the thing that have been detected can be achieved. We look at our own issues too.
Special Advisor to Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa on health matters, Professor Semidele Odimayo, while reacting to the responses from the public servants, said Ondo State government is committed to the health and welfare of workers and called for more collaboration with a promise to act accordingly.
I know that we are in for a big deal in Ondo State. So you can expect better. Even concerning the teaching hospital complex, the Unimed Teaching Hospital, we have had to, on behalf of the governor, interacted with so many stakeholders on the way forward.
Over 92,000 participants are currently
Competition and Consumer Protection Commission (FCCPC) expressed concern that consumers continue to face escalating costs without a corresponding decrease in prices of goods and commodities, despite the recent appreciation of the naira against the dollar. The Commission's chief, Abdamu Abdullahi, in a statement said FCCPC understands the significant financial strain this rising prices are placing on Nigerian households. As a result, the Commission is taking proactive steps to address the issue. The Commission said its operatives have been directed to intensify monitoring of both formal and informal markets where businesses may be taking advantage of market conditions to unfairly inflate prices and ramp up enforcement activities. Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utsev, has cautioned that 148 local government areas across 31 states are among the highly probable flood risk areas for 2024. Utsev issued this warning during the official unveiling of the 2024 annual flood outlook in Abuja. The identified states are Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Benue, Borno, Cross River, Delta, Ebonyi, Edo, Imo, Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, and Kogi. Others are Kwara, Lagos, Nasarawa, Niger, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, Oyo, Plateau, Rivers, Sokoto, Taraba, and Yobe. Utsev emphasized the importance of proactive measures to mitigate potential flood impacts in these areas. Popular Instagram celebrity Pascal Okechukwu, also known as Cubana Chief Priest, has pleaded not guilty for alleged naira abuse. He pleaded not guilty to the 3-count charge filed against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The socialite was arraigned at the Federal High Court, Lagos, before Justice Kennedy Ogudari today by the Anti-Graft Commission on the 3-count charge of abusing the naira at a social event, an act said to be contrary to the provisions of the Central Bank Act of 2007. After he pleaded not guilty, the court granted him bail in the sum of 10 million naira with 2 responsible sureties in like sum who must be gainfully employed with the federal or state government and not less than grade level 16. The socialite is to perfect his bail conditions within 7 days and submit his travel passport to the custody of the court. The G24 on Tuesday called for a variety of steps to increase the financing available to developing countries of the world amid tight external financing conditions, inflationary pressures, and high debt levels. The international group of 24 nations, whose finance ministers and central bank governors met in Washington inflation targets sooner than emerging markets and developing countries. In its intervention, the G24 asked the reforms of IMF short-term financing instruments, increased concessional financing to low-income countries, downward review of IMF's charges and surcharges, and increased channeling of special drawing rights from donor countries to needy countries. The SDR is an international reserve asset created by the IMF to supplement the official reserves of its member countries. Although the SDR is not a currency, its value is based on a basket of 5 currencies: the US dollar, the euro, the Chinese renminbi and Japanese yen, and the British pound sterling. Heavy thunderstorms have lashed the United Arab Emirates, dumping more than a year and a half's rain on the desert city-state of Dubai in just a few hours and flooding major highways and its international airport. The rains began late on Monday, soaking the sands and roads of Dubai with some 20 millimeters of rain, according to meteorological data collected at Dubai International Airport. The storms intensified at about 9 a.m. on Tuesday and continued throughout the day, dumping more rain and hail onto the overwhelmed city. Dubai International Airport acknowledged on Wednesday morning that the flooding had left limited transportation options and affected flights as aircraft crews could not reach the airfield. The airport said on the social platform X that recovery will take some time. A heat wave is bringing scorching temperatures to many parts of Southeast Asia. The Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia are among countries baking in the month-long intense heat. Before we end the news tonight, another look at the major stories. The Ondo State Governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, has assured residents of Akure and its environs of more dividends of democracy as he solicited their votes on Saturday's shadow election. We also told you that the national officials of the All Progressives Congress have embarked on membership validation ahead of Saturday's primary election in Ondo State. The federal government has vowed to clamp down on traders on fairly inflating prices of goods and commodities, despite the recent appreciation of the naira against the dollar. Lastly, we told you that Southeast Asia is experiencing hotter weather due to El Nino climate change. And that's the news tonight. Thanks for watching. Good evening.